Hello, this is Jeff, the retired farm boy, coming back at you for another video. I thought it'd be sort of neat to do something a little different for this video. I took short video clips of all the different chores that I did last week. Now, these are chores that are sort of out of the ordinary. I don't do them all the time. The mundane chores that I do of having to check my sheep, keep an eye on them, mowing the yard, going to the gym. I didn't include those kind of things because they're pretty much something I do all the time. So these were chores that I have to do periodically, or I was fixing something. So I hope that you'll stick around and watch this. And I'd really love some comments around the kind of chores that you may do in retirement that, are a little different. That's what some of mine are. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching my channel. If you'd like to subscribe and like, I'd definitely appreciate that as well. So hope you enjoy. So one of the chores I'm doing this week, I moved my rams to a new lot. So I've got them into the new lot, and they're just now getting used to being over here. Probably don't like it. They're by themselves already, but I moved them out into a much bigger field than what they were in. The field they came out of was this little lot here. I call it the ram lot because that's where I keep the rams most of the time. But as you can see, they don't have a whole lot of grass left right now in their field, and so I'm going to mow this and shut the gate on it so it can grow up a little bit. Then I can move the rams back a little later on towards the fall. So that's one chore for this week that I've got accomplished. So my next chore for this week is I've got a leak here at my pool pump. When I turned it on, water spewing out of a couple spots here on this gasket. I'm sure the silicone that's just went bad on it. So I'm got my good old Flex Seal out. We'll try to see if I can patch that. Another little chore around the house. So another little chore that I did this week is tightened up the bolts on all of the swing here. This swing is one that I love to set in at night, and it sets real well. It rocks. A guy up the road who was a cabinet maker made these probably, I don't know, 12 years ago now. It was right after we bought the farm, and this thing is still held together, believe it or not, pretty well. But the screws had come loose and it was starting to wobble, so you can see that now it won't wobble. And so it sets real well. He actually, the man I'm talking about that built these was also the guy that built the cabinets for our bathrooms and kitchen for this house that we're living in. So he's passed away now. God rest his soul. But he's a really funny guy and good guy. So I remember him as I'm working on this thing today. So another chore that I'm doing this week is bush hogging my sheep pastures. I've got this field here, which is about 5 acres or so, and then I've got another field that I need to do that's about 3 acres. So not a whole lot to bush hog, but I'm also not going. You can probably look here and see I'm not really going real short, clipping it off because it's the middle of summer. I don't want to get too crazy cutting low to the ground when we might end up with a long, hot, dry spell, and then I wouldn't have any grass at all. So trying to cut it, just clipping the tops out as much as anything. You can see my bush hog behind me here. Covers quite a bit of ground. It's 15 foot wide. So anyway, that's my chore for today. One of them anyway. So another chore that I'm doing this week is spraying. I do a lot of weed kill spraying. I've got my Kubota side by side here, my little farm vehicle, and I've got a sprayer in the back of it, and got my little sprayer here connected, and basically spray with this machine here, using my arm, hanging out the door, spraying with the hose there. I do a lot of spraying, as I mentioned. I've got about half a mile of road frontage, if not more than that, and so you got both sides of that to do. And then all of my yard, you can see that I weed kill quite a bit. I don't weed eat much at all. In fact, I've got somebody doing the weed eating now that I used to do myself. So you can see where I spray around the edge of my yard, around my trees. I'll walk up here and show you this. But my fields, even my pastures, I go up and down those, the fence rows, and keep those cleaned out. If you don't do that, to me it just makes it look better. It's the primary reason. But another reason with the sheep, you know, they'll stick their heads underneath the fence if they see some grass on the other side. So I try to keep it keeled out along the fence rows for that reason. So anyway, that's just another chore for this week that I've got done again. Well, I use my DeWalt grease gun a whole lot better than you trying to use a regular grease gun where you got to pump it and everything else. You just hit that trigger. It worked actually fine. I have greased hopefully everything on this skid steer. There was, I don't know, 15 or 20 grease points on this skid steer, several grease points on this loader that's on my tractor. So I got all of them. I checked the bush hogs and I could not find any grease fittings. All the things that looks like where a grease fitting would be, they look like they're sealed bearings on the tires and everything, wheels, and so I'm assuming that there's not any on that. So another chore done for this week, and hopefully the last one that I have to deal with. It didn't take me too long to do this, probably 15-20 minutes at most. It didn't take long at all with this new fangled machine I have.